I'm honored to be here to honor you, sir, and we look forward to seeing you again and again as you continue to remind us of our values, of what's true in our nation, and what's honorable. So thank you. And those of you who have thrown this party, Darlene and others, I know it's for Jack, but really it's for our country as well. So we're honored to be here and participate. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And we are pleased and honored to have the Honorable Mayor of the City of Chandler here with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
So we got a little bit out of order. I'm Dennis. I am Jack's researcher and historian. So I got a few fun facts for you about Jack. So Tuesday was the 80th anniversary of the attack of Pearl Harbor. At 10 a.m. that morning, about the same time as the attack ended, we got Jack to walk back into his hangar. And this man, 80 years later, we said, Jack, where were you standing? He was right there. And walked straight to the spot and stood there. This hangar is not used by the SEAL Team's security forces. They stopped all their training to stand and look at awe at this man walking in their building. We also went down to the spot where the ditch was. Those of you who have heard his story or read his book, they hid in the ditch that morning. While they were in that ditch, they were strafed. We found the strafe marks in the cement of where he hid, and he stood on them. These trips rejuvenate him. He has spoken to over 30,000 school kids. Not bad for somebody that died 77 years ago. So doing my research on Jack, I was looking into what he was doing in England, trying to get some more information. He flew on a B-24, the Navy version of it. It was called Calvert's and Koch. Jack named it. November 12, 1943, the Calvert's and Koch was reported missing with all hands. Never returned. I looked across the table and said, Jack, is there something you haven't told me? I have all his discharge papers. He was discharged in 1948. He was still alive. We pulled up the crew manifest and he looked at it and goes, I don't know any of these people. He remembers the captain and the radioman, but he was the flight engineer. The flight engineer on that flight, he never heard of the man. So we're trying to figure out how to fix that. Congressman, we might need your help. But back to the numbers. As far as we can tell, in World War II, the Navy issued 2,000 Distinguished Flying Crosses. Jack has 2 of them. His squadron, DD-23, was stood up April 1940, or 41, decommissioned in 1991. All of World War II, they sunk 1 submarine. Guess who did it? DD-103, or DD-103 in England, sunk 2 submarines. Guess who got 1 of them? They also only shot down 1 fighter. Kids. So this man did a lot. He's still doing a lot. He actually is embarrassing because when I lay there in bed in the morning thinking, I don't want to get up. But you know, Jack probably been in the garage for about 2 hours. I should get up and go see what he's building. So Jack, you're an inspiration. And it is such an honor to travel with you and call you my friend.
if you could come forward, please, with your escorts. Sun City Palms will lead us in the first chorus of Happy Birthday. Following that, everyone in the house will then again sing another chorus of Happy Birthday to Mr. Jack Holder.
Let's put Jack behind the cake so everybody can see him. Just on the side, there's fine too, yeah.
All right, it's going to be a cappella. Is Mr. Holder seated?
Can we put Jack in the middle?
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jack. Happy birthday to you. One more time, the whole house. Let's do it again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jack. Happy birthday to you. All right, now we're not, well, maybe we might. Let's ask everybody in the room to grab something over here and slide it over by Jack, and we're going to show him his 10,000 cards. So everybody anybody can come over here. Let's grab a box. It's a dance floor. We can slide all this over here. And we're going to surround Jack with 10,000 birthday cards.
That's a lot of cards. 10,000.
All right, let's sit Jack down. Let's sit Jack down. We're going to surround him with all of these 10,000 birthday cards. Let's bring some over here. Let's bring some over here, this way. We're going to surround this table.
It's take a long time to open those cards up.
All right, ladies.
They'll be there till next Christmas.
All right, the cards are being presented by everybody in this room and everyone across the world. Seriously, literally, everyone across the world that has sent a card in or a gift for our guest of honor, Mr. Jack Holder. And I am proud to say he is a Navy brother of mine.
If you're gonna start opening, it'll take you all year.
At least.
Hey Jack, you gotta answer every one of these back. This is Michael Cuts.
God done shed his grace on me.
We are most gloriously honored to have you here in advance of your 100th birthday. And we would love for you to share a word or two about this wonderful day for you.
Well, don't you hear me?
Yes.
You have no idea what a surprise this was. I knew that my good dear friend and poet manager, Darlene, been working on this for 2 or 3 months. I had no idea what was going to happen. In fact, I didn't know where we were going when we started over here. But I can't tell you how pleased I am and what an honor it is to receive such a reception like this. I don't think I deserve all this, but I'm mighty happy to join you, and I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart.
You deserve it, Jack.
You do.
You're important to a lot of people. For our freedom.
That's right.
Well, you know, I'd like to say one thing to you, some of you that don't know. I've been doing presentations all over the country for the last 11 years. And when I address these young folks at school, I always end my presentations by telling them to stay in school, get all the knowledge they can. Knowledge today is certainly necessary. It wasn't that necessary when I was growing up, but sometimes some things here right now, the knowledge you get is not enough, but stay in school, learn all you can, and do two things. Treasure our American flag, and remember you live in the greatest country in the world. And I want to thank you again for all this honor you bestowed on me.
We love you. We love you.
It's unbelievable. I can't imagine. I never expected anything like this in my life.
We salute to the greatest generation.
And a salute to my shipmate, Mr. Jack Holder. Jack? Thank you, sir.
All right, Jack.
All right.
I was born in a small town by the name of Gunter, G-U-N-T-E-R, 35 miles northeast of Dallas. April the 24th, 1940, fresh out of high school, I joined the Navy. December the 6th, I boarded a USS tanker loaded with 6 million gallons of fuel oil, departed for Pearl Harbor. Any rate, I arrived in Pearl Harbor on December the 12th, 1940. VP-23 it eventually became. At that time, it was VP-26, but that's the squadron I joined when I arrived. I had a great crew in the Navy. This was an 11-man crew, 3 officers and 8 enlisted men. You had the pilot, co-pilot, navigator, 2 radio men, bombardier, plane captain, two waist hatch gunners, a tail gunner, and a tunnel gunner. We had just fell in for muster where we were lined up in our hangar when the section leader began roll call. We heard a screaming aircraft, and moments later, a terrible explosion. We ran outside the hangar, and the hangar beside us, VP-21, had received the first bomb that fell on Ford Island, about 100 yards from me. It was engulfed in smoke and flame, and it so happened that our aircraft, our PBYs, were parked between the 2 hangars. The bomb was close enough that most of our aircraft were damaged. And incidentally, when we ran out, the first thing we seen was the circling aircraft overhead with the rising sun insignia. We immediately knew what happened, and everything goes through your mind. I've been asked so many times, what were your thoughts at that time? But you have so many, it's hard to describe, I guess. Fear, anger, surprise, whatever, you know. Prior to the second wave, I seen all the ships up, Battleship Row on fire, the Arizona, the West Virginia, the Tennessee, Nevada, Oklahoma, California. It was a devastating sight I'll never forget. After the first wave hit, we had construction crews. The Oklahoma, Battleship Oklahoma had turned turtle up. The keel of the ship was up. We had construction crews out there on the bottom of the ship, cutting holes in the bottom of the ship, rescuing seamen trapped inside. In May the 26th, my squadron and 2 others were on the way to Midway, began our search for the Japanese fleet. Had been airborne 2 hours, searching for the Japanese fleet, running low on fuel. But the commander, Lieutenant Commander Wade McCluskey, says we're going to press on just a little longer. And just moments later, he spotted the white wake of a fast-moving Japanese destroyer, and he says that ship has to be racing to rejoin the main fleet. We'll follow it. They found 3 aircraft carriers diving from 20,000 feet. They sunk 3 aircraft carriers in 4 minutes. It so happened that I was airborne at 4 o'clock that morning, armed with the 4 500-pound bombs. Early afternoon, we found a submarine surfaced, unmanned. All hatches were closed. We dropped the first bomb on the fantail, made another run, dropped another 500-pounder behind the conning tower, and we made 6 circles around it, watching all kinds of debris surface. We assumed we sunk the sub. But a lot of times in a PBY, you had 250 caliber machine guns in the tail inside a blister. A lot of times, if an enemy aircraft was approaching, if they seen that blister go up, they'd pull away. They weren't all that brave all the time. It's now thought that President Roosevelt wanted this to happen so we could join the British in the fight for their own kingdom. And even though we lost all those lives, it might have been a blessing in disguise. So what would have happened if we had allowed Hitler to take over England? I'm very happy that I'm still here to talk about it, but I'm glad that I could play a small part.